Okay, going to be reloading some 9mm on the Dillon 650. I don't really care about speed. I only care about consistency and safety. Two probably of the most important things in reloading. Okay, so I'm going to have to put some more cases in the hopper. Love that case feeder. It's awesome. Just for those that are curious, I do wear gloves and solid eye protection when I reload. I checked my lead level last year. I was doing a lot of indoor shooting at the time, and my lead level was right at the borderline. Actually, it was over the borderline. It was 10. And public health says, you know, anything over 9.9 is too high. So I was right at the edge. So what I started doing was wearing gloves, shooting outdoors, and taking vitamin C. Vitamin C is a chelating agent, and it really can, it'll bind to the metal and help eliminate it from your body. Don't quote me on that, but it works. Now you notice one of the things I'm doing here to eliminate splatter is this case is full, and as it slides around, I just put my finger on the top of it to keep it from splattering, and it also stabilizes out the rotation of the shell plate. There's all kinds of gimmicks that people do to keep the powder from splattering. Interesting. I bet you that's a military blast. Yep. Okay, now my powder check will, on my next go around, will alarm because I took that shell out. So now we should hear a beep. Hear that? Nice. Warning me that this case here had either too much or too little powder. And that little warning thing is gone now. It's harder handling the bullets with the glove, unless you get a really tight-fitting glove. But this is good enough. So you kind of get into a groove. I'm in a groove now. Yeah, baby. Another thing, goes without saying, no smoking or drinking excessively when you're reloading. Just kidding. You know, if I'm going to have a beer in the afternoon, it's definitely going to be after I do my reloading. I knocked my little thing off. I do that every once in a while. Okay, there we go. Now you notice up here, I don't know if you can see that, but I have my formula for what I'm loading there. So I have one basic load for the 9mm. I use a heavier bullet than most. These are Precision Valley 124 grain bullets, and I use WSF powder for these. And definitely I use the WSF when I load the 147 grain bullet. You know, there are some formulas out there for Winchester's 231, but if you can find it right now, go for it. I just cannot find it. Thankfully, I have plenty of it for my 45 auto load and for my 40 load. It's just about a perfect powder, but this WSF seems to be working just fabulously. And that's a little warning sound that I've come to the end of my 100 primers. So I'm going to take that out, load some more primers in the top. Sorry you can't see this. There's the primers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to top off my powder. And here's my WSF. Great stuff. And you can see in the back there I've got quite a few tool heads. And I do have a 550B as well that I load all of my revolver cartridges in. So after every 100, I just top this off. And I've done this so much that I'm totally confident in my load. You know, I could check the powder, which I can do. So every 100 or so, or 200, I'll check the I'll check to make sure that the powder throw is throwing a consistent amount of powder. And I'm going to load a couple more cases up into the bin there, and we're off to load another 100. Just like that. So last time I loaded 500 rounds, it took me 40 minutes. And every 500 rounds or so, I take the shell plate off. And sorry about that. Every 500 rounds or so, I take the shell plate off and just clean underneath there. Just for keep things consistent. There got a little primer garbage, you know, from depriming. Gets under the shell plate and kind of mixes around in the primer feed. So every 500 or so, I just stop, take the shell plate off, lower everything out, wipe it down, and we're good to go for another 500. It takes about 5 minutes to do that. It's really no big deal. And it keeps things working consistently, which, as you recall, my main goal is safety and consistency in reloading. Okay, I'll stop here and let you continue on with what you're doing, and I'm going to continue reloading.